I'm going to talk to you guys about something that needs to be addressed. We, as the Republican Party, the conservative movement, we claim and we preach that we are a party, we are a people, we are a movement that is about the First Amendment, the Second Amendment, about freedom, about liberties, about the freedom of press, so on and so on. A few weeks ago, as many of you know who live in North Idaho area, the sheriff, Bob Norris, had a circus, had a shenanigans at the Altar Church, a show your proof, a fake debate calling out Dan Wilson. Dan Wilson did not show up. Many called him a coward. So me, being an independent journalist, as I have been for 4 years, 5 years, starting during the riots, involved in riots, documenting the stuff, exposing it to, you conservatives, you Republicans, putting my life in danger to expose things. I decided to go to this shenanigans, this circus of a debate. So I get there about 10 to 15 minutes before it starts. I'm in the front row and I start setting up, and two women approach me with their cell phone out, filming me. Those two women, one was Sheriff Bob Norris's wife. The other was Commissioner of Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, Bruce Matari. The first thing they tell me, I gotta leave. I can't be there. They don't want me there. I have to leave. So then I pulled out my phone and started recording. At that point, Bruce Matari's wife is telling Bob Norris's wife to stop talking. No more said once I started pulling out my phone to record them. Conservatives, Republicans, liberty and freedom, justice for all, so on and so forth. Let me show you what happened once I pulled out my phone and what took place.
Sure, so why do I have to leave? So now don't say nothing else.
Yes, don't say anything else because we've already asked you to leave.
We're at a church.
Respectfully asking you to leave, okay? And I'm going to tell you why.
Why?
Because you lied in more than one occasion with your videos. First lie, and I have the screenshots, is when you said that at the Lincoln Day dinner, when you reported it and you were asking for money, and you said that there were 2,500 people, where there weren't 2,500 people. That's a lie. We don't want to have any type of misleading information coming out of this event, okay? Second lie.
Well, if it's a live stream, there won't be no misinformation, would there?
Second lie.
Okay.
We have people live streaming. We don't need you live streaming.
Okay.
Second lie. Okay.
Yeah.
You said that.
So how many people were at the Lincoln Day thing? I said 2,500.
I'm not gonna have this argument.
It's not an argument. It's a question.
I gave you the information as to why you have been giving misleading information. I gave you one example. You interrupted me when I was about to give you the second example. I'm gonna ask you that you please leave.
So if I talk to the Altar Church,
Please.
I'll talk to the Altar Church.
Please go talk to the Altar.
I will, because this is a church, and from my understanding, it's at 501.
Okay, please.
So it's open to everybody, from my understanding.
There's no service right now. I'm sure you can come back on Sunday and you can listen to the
So it's a private. So if it's a private event, why was it broadcasted publicly?
Okay, it will be. And I said it will be. We have 2 camera people. Okay, and I explained to you why you are not.
So what's my second lie?
Yeah. Okay. Listen, why don't
No, I'm asking what.
I'm already asked.
Okay, let's talk to the church. We can talk to the church. Where's the church? Where's the church? You said the church. Where's John at?
I don't know. You can go find him.
Okay, I'll give him a call.
Yeah, please.
I will.
I had a leave for
today?
Yeah, they're kicking me out.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Did you want a video or something?
Hello, how are you? I don't know.
Did you make it to the conference?
Okay, so there you go. That was the extent of it. Now, with all due fairness, Commissioner Bruce Matari did end up coming up to me, which was after I contacted one of the pastors of the church, which had no poll. It sounded like he did not have any poll, that he couldn't make the call because he said, yes, it was a private event. Commissioner Bruce Matari did come up to me, said, where's your boy, Dan Wilson? Is he coming? Things like that. So I'm not Dan Wilson's keeper. I don't keep tabs on him. I don't keep track of him, for one. Do I like Dan Wilson? Am I voting for Dan Wilson? Yes, indeed. And this is an example of why. Conservatives, Republicans trying to shut down freedom of the press, just like the left does. Exact same tactics as the left. I've dealt with it
in a liberal city, and it looks like Coeur d'Alene, Idaho is turning into a liberal city. Unless people want to do something about it.
Allow me to also add this as a couple more examples. Not one time has Dan Wilson ever kicked someone from the media out of one of his public events who did not like him or who was against him. Even if they didn't like him. Even if they were all ganging up on him and flooding him with questions and being negative toward him. Not once. Let me give you another example. People like to dismiss that Dan Wilson was a reserve police officer for 12 years. So here's my question for you. Do you also dismiss the reserved officers that are in the military? The Army Reserves, the Navy Reserves, the Marine Corps Reserves, and the Air Force Reserves. Do you dismiss them and discredit their service for America as much as you dismiss and discredit Dan Wilson's experience of being a police officer? I personally would rather have someone who has 12 years of experience serving a community for free and risking their lives. That's what being a true freedom fighter is, a true freedom warrior. Someone who's willing to go into situation regardless of pay. Because it's a passion, because it's a calling and not a job. A couple weeks before this event was the Lincoln Day dinner that I went to. I was invited to. I live streamed it. And on everything I've live streamed throughout the years, I have a way for people to donate if they'd like. It's up to them. I don't make nobody donate. If they choose to, if they like my work, if they like what I do, like what I show, they have the freedom. I love that word, don't you guys? They have the freedom to donate. I had that on the bottom of my screen. So if that's what you accuse me of asking for money, well, then yes, I was asking for money. However, it's not a demand. Nobody has to. It's not an obligation. It's a donation. So they said I lied. They said I've lied about a few things. Well, I didn't lie about the Lincoln Day dinner. It was in a huge banquet hall. I said about 2,500 people. How is that a lie if I'm saying about? It looked like about 2,500 people were in there. It's not really a lie. It's me coming to a conclusion by visualizing and seeing the amount of people that I saw and said, hey, it's about 2,500 people in there. Is that really a big deal? Are we that sensitive? If we are, that does sound like the left. But with all that said, I had to come out and show you guys this because the fact is that's the KCRCC, the Republican Committee, the Republican Party of North Idaho. Is that what you really want to be affiliated with? An establishment like that? Like I said, that's no different than the left. No different. And then I was even asked if I do stay and live stream, which I did, that I can't interrupt and do stuff like that. Which I don't interrupt things. That's not my style. Unless it's the left with their agendas. Then I kind of, will stand up for the conservatives and our liberty and our rights. But other than that, I'm respectful. I'm not going to interrupt your speech or anything like that. I'm not going to put on a show. Not my style. But we see the style of the Republican Party, or should I say at least the KCRCC establishment at this point in North Idaho. So you guys can come to your own conclusions on that. But that's what happened. They can post their video because they started filming me first, so they can post that if they like. But it's just strange that you have quote-unquote Republicans, conservatives, going ham on other conservatives. People who have been in the trenches. People that have probably helped your cause and people who have probably helped your movement. Trying to go after them. I'm just saying, it don't look right. It don't look right. And by the way, if you like my videos and you guys would like to contribute, PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, Zelle, Buy Me a Coffee, all of them are the BC Preacher. Same with all my platforms. Rumble, Getter, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Everything is the BC Preacher. God bless you guys. Hopefully you guys have a good day.